Ooh, best part of waking up. The only thing better than some early morning coffee is early morning coffee with a first impressions video. Hell yeah. So what do you say we take this coffee outside, take this fragrance outside and do a little This weather sucks. Yeah, that's a great big nope. No. I'm going back to bed. Top of the morning to you, YouTube. I'm Brandon. Welcome to DaVinci's Alchemyst, your blue-collar guide for drinking well and stinking pretty. I'm excited this morning. Just got up a little while ago, made coffee. I'm very excited to do this first impressions of a recently released Fox in the Flower Bed from Imaginary Authors. Hope you can endure the bedhead and the bedside setting. I have a sip of coffee. Oh, that's good coffee. So this is a very sneaky kind of release. I mean, I wouldn't say sneaky, but I only heard about it like 2 weeks ago, and bam, it just came out earlier this week. I went and picked this up down at Fumerie in Portland, one of my favorite fragrance shops. I will link their website in the description down below. You guys should definitely check them out, especially if you live in Portland. You got to go check out Tracy and say hello. The plan for this is that I'm just going to put this right on to my skin. I'm going to wear it to the gym. As I said before, this is a first impressions. Obviously, I haven't even opened this thing up yet. Typically, when I do fragrance reviews, I wear a fragrance for a good deal of time unless it's a first impressions. First impressions for me are anywhere between like a week. To get past first impression stage, I gotta wear a fragrance for a long time. So even though I will be wearing this today and coming back and reporting to you, this is still just a first impressions for me. I'm gonna break it down as far as, you know, what I get out of it initially and then maybe what I get a little bit down the line. Typically with Imaginary Authors fragrances, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of different nuances. So I'm sure that I will pick up a whole hell of a lot of different stuff as I wear this within the next few weeks or so. Let's just get right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I love these new boxes that he put the magnetic little clasp on there because I do like saving these because they look like books. They go up on my bookshelf. Typically when I try out an Imaginary Authors fragrance, most of the time I always get a travel spray, but I like to get through this first before I decide whether or not I want to pull the trigger on a full bottle. Typically. Individual results may vary. Again, just gonna slap a little on the arm right here, and I'll probably go ahead and do this anyway. Straight out of the gate, wafting up, definitely get a nice floral aspect. It's soft. The jasmine is super there, which I love because I love jasmine, one of my favorite ingredients for perfumery. I'm getting this little bit of like honeysuckle. It's very light. I feel like this is a very different turn for like Imaginary Authors wise, because I've had, you know, pretty much tried all of his fragrances, and this is really nicely floral. I will say out of the gate that it is not, to me, it's not leaning very masculine. I don't have a problem with wearing floral fragrances. I also don't have a problem with wearing fragrances that are traditionally considered feminine. I'm not 100% certain that a lot of you manly hairstyle men, you dudes, you dude bros, are gonna really enjoy the hell out of this or not. Again, it's very delicate, it's very light, but at the same time, it's actually really strong. It's kind of a weird dichotomy. To me, what really stands out is the mixture of that jasmine, and my mind just automatically goes to honeysuckle. Like being out when you're a kid, you're hanging out in the big fields or whatever. At least when I was a kid, we used to go out and play in these big fields back behind my house, and the honeysuckle plants that would bloom up. Always used to love getting the little purple petals and sucking the juice out of the little purple petals. Hanging out in the clover. I do get this slight little greenness to Fox in the Flower Bed, and the jasmine's really beautiful. It's not overly floral in my opinion, but it's also not overly indolic like jasmine can get. So it's a nice proper balance between those two kind of sides that jasmine tends to show. So far, I'm liking this. This is, like I said, this is probably a relatively different kind of departure, if you will, from some of that original styling of imaginary authors. There's a little bit of a soapiness to it, so I don't know, maybe there's lavender. I don't really get a lot of lavender jumping out, but I do get a slight bit of soapiness. So I'm gonna sign off to this part of this first impressions. I'm going to go ahead and wear this to the gym, and I'll report back in, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours depending, and we'll see how things go. See you then. Okay, so I am back. I went to the gym, took my dog to the groomer, did a lot of stuff today, and actually spent a good deal of time with this fragrance, with Fox in the Flower Bed. So I'm sitting on, I think it's probably, I want to say close to 8 hours of time spent with this. Now, as this is my first impressions, I'm not going to talk about performance because I don't really have enough reference for me to be comfortable talking about it. I'm going to go over, what I got in the mid, what I got in the dry down. So, and my, kind of my overall. So one thing that really struck me about this when, this morning after I turned the camera off is that it really reminded me of this time when I was younger. I think I was around 20 years old, and I was dating this girl from Germany, and a couple of my friends were also dating girls from Germany, and all of us went up to Mount Hood, just outside of Portland here, and it was right around summertime. And even though it's summer and it's warm up on Mount Hood, when you're hiking the timberline, there's still patches of snow, there's still a very crisp air, and that's what this reminded me of. It took me right back, honestly, to that point when we were up there hiking. Wildflowers everywhere, smelling this great mountain smell, a little bit of coldness from the snow mixed with some of the greenery and just the floral aura that was kind of coming off of everything, and just the feeling. So obviously that made me enjoy it just a shit ton. Mostly for me in the dry down, for me it was a lot of that kind of spicy oatmeal floral soap. I got kind of, finicky skin, so a lot of times I'll buy like oatmeal based soaps, and sometimes they'll have kind of floral notes, a little bit of greenness, and that's what that kind of came off as to me a little bit. Noticing as that kind of, went away, the extreme dry down for me, super resinous, left with I don't want to say piney, but almost that piney resin, not quite piney. I think probably almost sort of like an incense resin, maybe copal, frankincense, myrrh, that sort of thing. The kind of stuff that you burn on, charcoal and a censer. So it went through a lot of changes throughout the life of, so far today. Now, I am going to put this on again real quick just to kind of remind me about that intro, because I really did enjoy the hell out of the intro. Yeah, it's very clean, very airy, very floral. Like I said, there's that kind of that soapy aspect. Now, even though, of course, I'm a proponent of, all fragrances are unisex, Fox in the Flower Bed really leaned a lot heavier towards the feminine region. So much more for me that I don't see myself being able to find, a constant situational use for this fragrance. For me, it's definitely all about the transportative qualities that it takes me to. It just leans a little more feminine than what I typically like to wear on a constant basis, but I will still enjoy the hell out of it. I am not certain that I will get more than the travel spray. Maybe once this runs out, maybe I'll get another travel spray, because I really do enjoy the hell out of it. But it's not something that I don't think I'm going to get a full bottle of, just because it's very limited in usage for me. But you should not take my word for it. Don't take any fragrance reviewer's word for it. Go get yourself a sample. I know that they offer these small atomizers on Imaginary Author's website. I'll link them down below. so that if you feel like it, you want to check it out. If you're up for a floral fragrance, you want something that's like airy, something that's vibrant, something that gives you a little bit of a pep, but also offers a nice jasmine, nice honeysuckle, nice little bit of a fresh spring air. Not a full review. I do want to spend a whole lot more time with this before I feel comfortable giving you a full review, but those were my first impressions. Take it for what it's worth of Fox in the Flower Bed from Imaginary Authors. A little bit of a surprise release. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, if it sounds interesting. Let me know if you have had a chance to try this. I know that's only been out for a few days as of the recording of this video. Let me know what you think. Again, that's it. Random YouTube jargon, hit me that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, mash the shit out of the notification bell so you know when I drop future videos. I hope that you guys are enjoying this crap weather if you're in the Pacific Northwest. I hope that you're having a great autumn. I hope that you're taking care of yourselves and each other, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going. Don't forget to keep calm and stink pretty, and I'll see you guys next time.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Day we hustle, but the night we know that they ride or die. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die.